So annoying. A call came through and kicked us off again. I'm wondering if this is just for me, this video. I don't know yet. We'll see. So here, I wanted a picture with what I was meant to be down there to see, but she couldn't see it. So I just kind of stood there and I put my hand up and it came to my hand. And when you zoom this in, there is a face of a man in my hand. It was pretty incredible. Some people would say, oh, it's just the lights. No, it was not. I was told by Spirit to go down and meet Artemis, and I did. So, it's annoying when you get cut off, in the middle of things. So, the message is you're going to be asked to go, or maybe you're just in a situation where Artemis is, I saw it in my dream last night. I heard it in my dream. Focus, aim. You're hitting your mark. Because her arrow is straight and true. She is about self-sufficiency. She is about self-reliance. And she's here to help your energy, to help you at a time when you're going to need it. She's the hunter and she's the guardian. And there's a lot that depend on her. The deer that's very gentle and yet so incredibly powerful, depends for survival. So I don't hunt. I'm a vegetarian. My uncle and my cousin hunt, and they are, they teach the children on the reservation how to hunt in the native way. It's a sacred ritual. They do all of it. It's like when I ask for the sage, I ask the sage, I thank the sage. Well, they do for the animals as well. I can't. So that's one thing that it doesn't work for me. I'm not quite sure. Hunting doesn't have to be killing an animal, right? So it's basically telling you you're going to go into the wilderness of some kind. It's kind of like you're going to go off grid, right? Say you're going to go off grid. It's going to feel wild to you. You're going to have to become self-reliant. You're going to have to become very aware of what's going on. You're going to have to be stealthy. You're going to have to know when to say, what to say, and not to say, right? You might feel like it's a hardship. You might feel like it's a test upon you. But what it is it's kind of like coming into womanhood, coming into manhood, right? It's coming into who you are, your own power. And you'll take what you need for surviving. And you'll do what you need to do. You'll eat what you grow. You'll create, make your own meals. It's no surprise that it came with this. You're going to connect to the earth big time. Look at the colors. That's definitely Empress energy, right? That's the earth, Mother Earth. And the moon is going to be what guides you as you travel. You're going to walk gently and leave no mark. Walk gently and carry a big stick, but you walk gently on the sacred ground. You don't crush the vegetation. You walk very silently. You leave no tracks. So before my motto was blaze a trail. Don't lead where others may follow. Blaze a trail and leave a path. And this is saying you're not going to leave a path. You're going somewhere you don't want others to follow you. You're strong. You're free, and you're independent. And when you're there, the stag will come to you. The royal stag. I talked about him yesterday. This masculine one, this masculine energy. And this one doesn't want to take advantage of you. They don't want to, and you don't want to trap him. This one is a good man, a wild. This could be a boyfriend, a caretaker, a gentleman. There'll be somebody to care for you. They will care for you. So I'm wondering, it doesn't mean everybody's going off into the forest, right? But it's time to get back to the basics, basically. Go more simple. So here's my question answered, right? Testing nature. What do you need to live in that way? Go without maybe the luxuries, like getting your nails done, right? I used to have artificial nails. That ended a long time ago, right? Not when you're freaking building a trailer. So you're going to do without the luxuries that you perhaps are used to. Like in this house, I've been kind of living like that already. I have to wash my face, I would have to boil water to make it hot, and I wanted to have clear water because I had bleach in the water here, so it would be like camping, right? You got to boil your water before you use it. I don't have a bathroom in here. I don't have a kitchen in here. I just kind of like a little makeshift. I've been camping for the last 3.5 years, so going into a trailer wouldn't be a problem for me. But you also learn not to use too much water. I'm very, very conscious. I'm very conscious of the water anyway, because of the droughts, you know. And you clean up after yourself. You can't leave things out when you're out camping because the animals will come, right? And you don't want them to get in trouble. Or yourself. I always worry about them. So your waste is very, you think about things a lot. Same with me, right? Like now my thing is I have 3 cats, right? So I've been testing out different cat litters that I could use. And I thought, okay, I could use composting like the sawdust. No, it doesn't work. It's awful. First of all, it makes Sammy choke, and I can't I choke. Ooh, am I Sammy? No, I heard I'm not Sammy, but that's interesting. I'm connected to Sammy. Okay, it makes Sammy choke, so I can't use that. But you're very conscious of that. Like people are saying, you have to have a regular toilet. No, I said I need to have an off-grid toilet. I'm gonna have a composting toilet, and I gotta figure out the kind I'm gonna get, right? And so you're going to be careful about that. And about if you're in a trailer, you know, you only turn the water on just a little at a time. I lived in an RV for 6 months when I first came back to California and on my friend's property. And, you know, you get in the shower, you pour the water over you, you turn off the water, you soap yourself up. When you're done doing that, you rinse off really quick. It's fast. We're talking like a 7-minute shower because the water is at a premium, right? And so basically, it's kind of, I don't know, you guys, I mean, who all chose this, but I mean, maybe these messages are very specific, but dang, you're going to address the very fundamentals of life. What is it that I actually really need? You be careful about the stuff that you throw away. You don't want to have a bunch of garbage, so you don't bring a bunch of packages with a bunch, like I was thinking about my cats. What they eat right now, they eat out of little tin cans, but that's a lot of waste. They're going to have to figure out how to do something different. So it's empowering, it's liberating. We're protected, and there's definitely the protector and the provider that's there, this perfect one, this inspired one who's extremely excited to be with you, who's also independent and strong. Yay! I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that because damn. But these are I knew the messages that I was freaking thinking about. Now we go to the Laughing Buddha, who's got frostbite of the foot. And the message is, you will not let fear stop you this time. Poes brave flight. You will not let fear stop you this time. And on the back of a pigeon, not a dove. That's interesting. Somebody who was a pigeon. You know what a pigeon is, right? There's a war going on. And she's got titanium behind her. Her secret weapon is titanium. She's got purple in her hair. She has turquoise goggles, her soul color. She's following her soul's path. Her pigeon is going to take her on this trip. Now, if you have this message, this might be talking about, you might have a fear of flying. I don't, but you might. And so maybe that stops you from doing something that you want to do. Remember I said I need to get my passport? It takes a while for me to get a passport because I'm Canadian. It's a lot longer than a regular. So the message is, like, say you're afraid of flying, right? Okay, so I've flown into Canada on a little tiny seaplane. It's tiny. Me and the pilot, that was it. It was fun. It's like your own personal helicopter, right? But some people would lose their nerve doing that. So, and a lot of times people, I mean, have been raised to be safe. We're encouraged to stay safe. What did she say to me? Put your hair in a freaking ponytail. And I'm like, my hair is not going to get caught in a staple gun, right? That's not going to be caught in a staple gun. So everybody's saying to us, you need to be safe, right? You need to, you don't want to get hurt. Oh, be careful. Like my dad doesn't want me climbing rocks, climbing mountains. I don't want you out on the trailer crossing the country. That's not safe. And I'm like, okay, do you know who I am? You don't even know who I am, obviously, because he wasn't in my life for 25 years. So because of that, maybe you're the person. Look at, she's kind of fancy, right? Afraid to go out there and live it rough. Religion, culture, says that we have to keep it safe above all. It separates us from a lot. I don't go to church. I'm not religious. My church is nature. And that's my heaven too, right? But you miss so much of that if you have to be safe. everybody's worried about pain, and they're worried about getting hurt, and they're worried about being challenged. And what did I say, you know? What did I say about that? Me and my big mouth, right? What did I say? You're back from the Crusades in the filthy, dirty, dusty titanium armor because you have done the work. You have been in the trenches, have been to hell and back, and can truthfully say I stayed on my path. I walked through the unfriendly valleys, and I climbed the meanest mountains thrown in front of me. And I stood in my truth, in my integrity, and in my honor. The wolves came and went, and with my invisible army, who will never let me down, backs me up, always there, I'm still standing. You won't stop this girl. I was brought here for this. You ask, yeah, you and what army? Look on the wall next to me. You may see a small, insignificant soul in front of you, but what is on that wall is truth, and I am one of the little ones. My best friends are archangels. Go, Team Light. And there's, well, I don't know if you didn't tap into the first 2 videos. There's the Princess Knight, right? So, the mountains to climb, that's the challenge. The challenge that's thrown in front of you. You came here to evolve. You came here to learn. You came here to ascend. You didn't come here to play it safe. Everybody says, well, that looks kind of scary. I don't know if I would do that. A lot of people wouldn't do what I've already done, right? They look at adventures and they think, wow, a lot of people look at my pictures and say, oh, I'd love to go there. And I'm thinking, you would never come here. You would never do what you had to do to get to where I'm at. That's why I would share the videos. That's why I would do it, because I know a lot of people physically can't do it, right? Or wouldn't do it. So they look at that and they think, oh, I want to do that. I will not hang glide. Not hang glide, I've done that. I will not bungee jump off of a cliff. I will not jump out of an airplane. No, I won't. No, I won't. My heart would pop. My heart would pop. I'll ride on a little tiny plane, but I'm not freaking jumping out of it. So that's just too much for me. So you may feel that way, right? You know, playing it safe. But when we play it safe, we don't get to experience. Well, that's one thing I don't think I need to experience at this time. But there's so many people that will avoid everything at all costs, you know, because they're obsessed. They don't want to be, you know, with avoiding fear, with avoiding the challenge, with avoiding the pain, with avoiding the uncertainty, with avoiding, you know, the challenge that's in front of us. And then they never get to really feel alive. They never really get to live. You know, this doesn't have to be going off into the wilderness. Artemis doesn't have to be going off into the wilderness either. It could be that you're always been afraid of a relationship, giving up your freedom, right? Or maybe you're going to walk away from your old way of life. And your old way of life had a lot of money and gave you a lot of luxuries, but for you to go and do it on your own and follow your own soul's path, you're not going to have a lot. So it's going to feel like you're living on Little House on the Prairie instead of living in the King's Castle, right? It could be that. It doesn't have to be that you're going to have to go flipping, flying on a pigeon's back up into the mountains if you're afraid of heights, right? But right now, Spirit says that heroes have been afraid too. They were frightened and they flew anyway. They went onto the back of another and went into another land. I've seen that, piggybacking into another country. And they're saying you can trust. You're not going to fall when you have this trusted friend with you. You're going to be offered the chance to do something out of your normal reality. It's going to be different, right? It's a risk. And instead of thinking it over again and again and again and over analyzing it and risking it until you get so paralyzed in fear that you have frostbite on your foot and you don't move forward, you're being told to take the flight. There could be a message that comes, a text message, an email like I got inviting me to go to this place, right? And it's up to you whether you ignore that call. A call where air travel is involved. And you're going to have to take some chances and not know what's going to happen on the other side. It's about allowing uncertainty into your life, taking the chance, exploring, traveling, overcoming a fear of something. Wow. So like I said, it doesn't have to be, although I did pick up this, right? It doesn't have to be that I'm taking that job that I was offered. Or does it? I shared it on here. And I was really, I couldn't get over it. It was everything I asked for, right? But sometimes you get everything, that song, I got everything I asked for. And I fell. I took the jump off that bridge and I fell, and I thought somebody would reach out a hand to help me, but none of you did. That was the song. I realized then you weren't my friends. Here it is. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Now what you think? And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare to anyone who might care. Thought I could fly, so I stepped off the golden, never cried. Nobody even noticed. I saw them standing right there, kind of thought they might care. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, but when I wake up, I see you with me. And you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. I don't want to lie here, but you can learn to if I could change the way that you see yourself. You wouldn't wonder why you're here. They don't deserve you. I tried to scream that my head was underwater. They called me weak. My head was underwater, but I was breathing fine, right? They called me weak, like I'm not just somebody's kid. It could have been a nightmare, but I felt like they were right there, and it feels like yesterday was a year ago. But I don't want to let anybody know because everybody wants something from me now, and I don't want to let them down. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, but when I wake up, I see you with me. So, wow. If they knew what they said would go straight to my head. If I knew then, would I do it all again? If they knew what they said would go straight to my head, would they say instead, if I knew all then, would I do it again? If they knew what they said would go straight to my head, would they instead? And you see this guy jumping off the cliff. He jumped off and he went after something and he got his dream and he wasn't real happy in the end and found out his friends weren't real. Stay on your spiritually illuminated path. Follow your true north, which is your soul's purpose. Your heart of hearts won't ever leave you, nor lead you in the wrong direction. Are you naked, open, exposed, vulnerable? That's the only way true love is. Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force of love beginning. We've come too far to give up who we are, so let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. I used to believe we were burning on the edge of something beautiful. Smoke and mirrors kept us waiting on a miracle. Go through the darkest of days. Heaven's a heartbreak away. You never let go. You never let me down. I never let you go. It's been a hell of a ride, driving the edge of a knife. Never let you go. You never let me down. Don't you give up. Let me love you. Don't give up on me. At the wheel, we've got 1,000,000 miles ahead of us. All that we need is a rude awakening to know we're good enough. Know that we're good enough. Say, go through the darkest of days. Heaven's a heartbreak away. Never let you go. Never let me down. It's been a hell of a ride. I won't give up on us. Don't you give up. It could be that. It could be a relationship. Maybe you've already gone through, maybe you've already done this. I have. I've done it for years. Alone, right? Maybe some are being asked to do this. Wow. The jar of dreams, the jar of wishes, they fell over and the diamonds fell out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a shaman stone, a sacred shaman stone. This is a bottle of Herkimer diamonds. They're crystals. They're diamonds. And this is a fire agate. And this is your dreams, your wishes. They fell over. The diamonds fell out. And what was there on the top was much bigger than the diamonds. It was a fire agate. Fire agate. Why fire agate? It's protection and grounding, calming energy, puts a protective shield around your body. For any who would send ill wish, ill harm, it bounces back off of you when you have that. It stimulates your energy, your life force. It increases your sexual vitality and your libido. Your sacral chakra, your seat of sexual energy and creativity. It's going in my bra right next to my heart, along with my man on the moon. So the fiery agate sparks a flare of self-illumination. Didn't that come out with one of the animals last night, the white tiger? Courage flares and timidity retreats. So you're afraid of doing something, but you're not going to be afraid of it with this. This energizes a timid soul until their courage is blazing like fire. they feel that wave. Oh, I saw this in a dream. We were running on the beach and there was a great wave coming behind us. We couldn't outrun that wave. And one was running in front of the other. I felt like I was sinking in the sand. And the wave was coming and the one was running ahead of me, but he turned around, he came back and he got me and he carried me. But the weight of me, we sunk deeper and he wasn't going as fast carrying me, but he wasn't gonna leave me there. And as the wave came, it lifted us. It didn't wipe us out, it lifted us. We went with it and it took us up. That wave, that initial wave of energy, it takes you away from bullies and anxiety engendering situations. And the fire feeds your passion in your heart, whatever it is, your passion for love, your passion for life. It stimulates low vibration into a flame. Wow. It'll anchor, it'll remove anchor. It'll remove the anchor from even the most timid, anchored persons from their mooring. So what's interesting about it is that it lifts, but it grounds at the same time. So if you've got a decision and you're overanalyzing again and again and again, you get to the place when you're impotent. You're immobilized. You're not doing anything. And then you back up and you go nowhere, and then you're depressed. This encourages you into decisive action. And so that you're very, very aware of the moment and to know what it feels like to really be alive. Wow. It'll restore lost bodily energy, restores poor circulatory system. The person's foot that I was feeling, it's not mine. Somebody's got a cold foot, right? It's not me. I am the adventurer. It's not me that has that cold foot. There is someone else that's the laughing Buddha. It stabilizes your metabolism. Your energy that's been lost, it restores your energy. You're being brought back to life. Remember, death shall not take him. At the last, it feels like it's almost over, but all of a sudden the breath of life is infused into you. If you've been experiencing worry about the cost of living or your situation or whatever it is, whatever that's been sucking your energy, it's making your mind not sharp, not quick, your reaction time. This is like a shot in the arm. It's like a shot of adrenaline, and it helps you concentrate. It gives you strength to move forward. It's really awesome. It gives you determination if you're trying to overcome an addiction, which is really hard, right? Addiction's hard. It gets your nerves under control. If you're over anxious, it puts up such an emotional shield. It does all of these amazing things. When you have addictions, your strength and your determination goes out the window, right? So this helps overcome the addictions and infuse you with the courage and the stick-to-itiveness and the ability to move forward. It's like that. It's like the flame. It's like the flame of God. Damn. It's coming. I'm hearing a song. No wonder we had to cut these into 3 different videos. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. You do, don't you? You feel it coming. I have been feeling it for a while. Tell me what you really like, baby. I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes because they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run. I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I can feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, babe. You're not the single type, so baby, this is a perfect time. I'm just trying to get you high and faded off this touch. You don't need a lonely night, so baby, I can make it right. You just gotta let me try to give you what you want. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run. I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and I'll set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. It can be anything, right? It can be relationships. It can be changing your lifestyle. It can be going after and starting a life different than what you've had, changing careers. It can be anything, right? Wow. Adventure, change, travel. You're not going to let fear stop you this time. Wow. damn, dude. Okay, now we're doing the fairy fire lights. Firefly totem. I've only done, like, I've hardly worked today. So obviously it's a symbol of illumination. Think about that. I mean, it lights up, right? So it's illumination. They're really, I've seen them in Wisconsin. It was pretty freaking amazing. I'd never seen them before. I was just like, oh my God, you got to be freaking kidding me. They turn their lights on for mating rituals. That's how they draw their mate close. They put on quite a display. They dance around in the sky. I saw that yesterday. One of the the dragon's eye nodules that I posted, I did a reading. I shared it on Facebook. Dancing foxes is what I saw. So it's basically magic. I mean, it is. Think about it. If this were to light up, I wish it would. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Thank you. What do you think about that? I wish it would light up. And it does. That's magic, right? I just touched that and I asked it to light up and it did. That's magic. Wow. So they're a little bit of magic. And it's basically coming from the esoteric world. And I take my hand away from it and it turns off. So it's about accomplishment. It's like the star card in the tarot. It's like you're on the right path. It's the wish upon a star card, right? It's illumination, it's creativity, it's possibilities, it's everything in front of you. But it's also saying don't use your energy needlessly. Don't burn yourself out, right? Don't overextend yourself. That's why I was supposed to be taking care of myself. You can't do everything all at once. I don't have it all done. It doesn't mean you can't do it. Remember the reading that I was doing the reading with my cards? Keep looking at these decks. I want this done, right? These need to be completed. But I was working with them like this. I didn't have to have them done by a company in order for me to use them. So you can't do everything at once. You got to really think about what it is that you want to do. You got to plan. You got to, get a plan in order. And it's about fulfilling your dreams, of your wishes. It's about letting you know that you've got an inner light that others are following, that you've got the childlike spirit inside of you, that allows you to see the world through the eyes of a child that so many sad grown-ups don't see anymore. And doing that, you inspire others. Why am I stuttering? I don't stutter. My Aunt Joan stutters, and she's my mom. She's not really my aunt. She's my soul aunt. And people made fun of her. She's so brilliant. She's so brilliant. But every once in a while, I start to stutter. I'm channeling someone. It's interesting. I like that, though. I like it because it probably makes me more approachable to others that might stutter, right? I'm not going to be embarrassed about it. It's like I have so many thoughts that my mouth can't catch up with what I've got inside. That's always the way it's been, right? That's why I talk so fast. I was always chastised as a child and yelled at for talking too fast. And for screaming when I would see horses. Oh, and I was noticing I was like a squirrel for moving too fast. And now all of those things Spirit uses. I need all of those things. I need to be distracted quickly and see every single detail of everything that's going on, right? What you would call attention deficit. I can see a million different things. I can come back to task, right? I have to talk quickly. That way my clients get the most out of their money because they're paying by the minute. So just another message about, somebody might label you something and maybe you've grown up thinking of it in a negative way and now you're looking at it in a different way. What was once a flaw or once looked at as something that was a negative is actually a positive. So I'm thinking of Moses, how he couldn't speak and he had a stutter, he had a speech impediment, and so he had his brother speak for him, right? But he was the one that God chose, right, to lead. The Firefly is the communicator. They're the ones who know what to say, the right thing to say at the right time, because Spirit guides them. They do well at night. We're night owls, right? We buzz around a room. We move around really quick. We're little... What did my grandmother say? My mother said to my boyfriend at the time, actually, he wasn't my boyfriend. My mom wanted him to be my boyfriend. I didn't want him to be my boyfriend. He was nice. He had a lot of money, but I didn't want him to be my boyfriend. I liked somebody else, but he was cute and he was nice and he was there talking, and I was telling us some story, and my mom said, don't you just want to stuff a sock in her mouth? Because she thought I was blowing it. Oh my God, she's blowing it. She's gonna blow it, and now he's not gonna want her. And my mom wanted me to be taken care of, right? She wanted me to be treated like a princess. Boy, would that have not gone over well in his family, because I would not have been the princess they would have liked. And he just looked at her and he said, no, why? And she said, because she just doesn't stop. She's like, zzz, right? Remember that message the other day? It's not about you. Zzz. Remember the one, the babe that was electrocuted as a child? It brings back, you know, you were electrocuted every time. I was slapped in the back of my head constantly for stuff like that. I was always hit. And he said, hell no, she's like a Broadway show. I just let her, it's like wind her up and let her go. I like let her entertain me. But my grandmother was the one that said it. You know, she's too much this, she's too that, she's too. I watched a dream about a boy that was like this. He's too this, he breaks things, he knocks things over. And I said, well, I'll cut his hair in the middle of the room, you know? He's got too many attachments. No, those aren't attachments, those are gifts. You just don't understand them, right? It takes somebody to understand and see something that others don't see. And my grandmother said, no, she's not too much of anything. Some people like coffee, some people like milk, some people like something with a little bit of fizz, and she's effervescent. Well, that is what you Firefly people are, right? That's what you are. You're a presence. Wow, Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence. Well, didn't we just freaking say that, right? How, now you know that my hands are guided, right? You know Spirit's working here. It's like I didn't know that already, but you inspire confidence. You Firefly people. The animals trust you. They know that you're their friend. The number is 9. This is the only one that I've looked at the number. It's the only one that matters. So I'll read it to you. It's raining again. Gosh, I love the rain. I love the sound of the rain. 9, it's so peaceful. This is like nap weather. Get to work, light worker, now. The number 9 means you've completed all the prerequisites to achieve your life purpose. Stop procrastinating. It's time to start taking action steps. Even baby steps are useful. Oh my goodness. So here you are, light worker. You have everything you need to move forward on your spiritually illuminated path. Why are you procrastinating? Okay, well, so we show me the way to go. Which one is it? There's so many options, right? You're not gonna let fear stop you this time. So if you are Snow White and these are your animal friends of the forest, you are the protector of these animals. And yet they're also, I would say that they protect you as well. But these are babies. These are like Sammy. These are like my cats, right? I take care of them. I'm a caretaker. They're vulnerable. So now it's going right back around full circle to what I got this morning when I first woke up. You're gonna make choices that inspire others. I know what I'm doing. To interact with animals, with children, okay, should I? Oh, I just heard no, okay. Well, I have a plan in my mind, and Spirit's obviously showing me this is what's gonna happen. So because you're trustworthy, ones that have challenges or need special consideration, ones that are more vulnerable, that need care and gentle ways and understanding that others don't get, like what I just said, you've proven yourself trustworthy to these ones. And they now shapeshift and become something different. Now they're coming to you. So you've been trained up until this point, right? Spirit's been training you. But they haven't really been training you. They've just been showing you, working with your own natural, your own nature. It's been coming out. It's been groomed. And they've seen that you're courageous and you're fierce and you're powerful and you protect the ones that you love, and the little ones matter the most. And because I'm gonna get emotional, I always get emotional with my animals. They're my best friends. And because of the way you feel, they're gonna come to you because they feel safe with you. There's going to be new growth, and there's going to be quick movement needed. The ones that need to escape from the harsh realities of situations in their life. The deer The deer totem, the deer says, to me, as a shaman, the deer says, walk gently on your path. You've just come out of a difficult situation and you're not quite sure where to put your foot, so walk gently on your path. Or you're going into a situation you're not quite sure of, so you're gonna need to walk gently on your path. You don't scream at a deer, you don't berate a deer, you don't push a deer, you coax a deer, you're gentle with them. Like my Sammy, right? I'm thinking of autistic kids. I always say that Sammy's autistic. I've said a lot of things about him, but people that have dealt with severe abuse will exhibit autistic tendencies. And I have that. Like I told you, if I hear really loud noise, there's a gnat flying around. It's just one. It's been in my house forever. I'm gonna have to look it up because it won't leave me alone, right? Now, I'm supposed to pay attention to it. So it's kind of like something that's been nagging at you that you're not looking at. I see you. Okay, hold on. I don't want to lose that train of thought. I told you I can come back. Sammy was abused really badly. And when he hears, you can't move too quickly, he runs. And I can't even, I have to, if I were to stand, he comes up to me, but if I were to stand, he would run from me. Willow's much braver than Sammy. And Liger was abused too when I wasn't around. I didn't know that before I got him out to me in Wisconsin. That's why I won't leave my cats. That's why Spirit knows I can't leave my cats. Because I had to leave him behind and he was damaged and I won't. And when I left Lily behind, my landlord turned the air conditioning off and the fans off in here and Lily got heat stroke and that's what killed her. So I can't leave my cats behind. I won't leave them behind. So all of these things are being said for reasons. They're showing who I am and what matters and what I'm willing to do and how far I will go. Get up in the middle of the night and feed a baby kitty with an eyedropper, 3 times a night because its mother was killed. Whatever it is, you're showing things about yourself. You're also showing Spirit. You're also showing yourself what you will do for the ones that you love, right? And because of that, you're trusted. And these ones that come to you after a very, very difficult time, they know your energy. They know that they can't find anyone that's more trustworthy than you because you've shown that. And when they come to you, even though you're tired, like I was awake remember with Lily for such a long time. I mean, I think we stayed alive, both of us, because of the Reiki that I would send my twin. I would do on her, and because I was up all the time. I thought, and now I'm doing it again, right, this time. But how many times, like even my landlord's cat, Prince, when he came here and he was not allowed in the house, so I slept outside in the garage with him. It was cold, man, on the floor, but I wasn't gonna leave him alone. So it shows you what you will do, how far you'll go for the ones that you love, and you'll allow yourself to be exhausted, right? So right now, Spirit's saying it's time for you to step up and protect someone who's smaller than you, more fragile than you, or more, maybe they're not smaller. Yesterday, I was showing the angelfish that was little, and then the big fish, right? But that big fish might be the one that's suffering. Might be the one that's been through something really, really challenging and difficult. Maybe you're the little angelfish and you need to be the one that's there just to love and nurture this one who's been through hell. What was the message we got the other day? That you're being asked to be a haven, a safe haven for someone who's been through something horrible, awful situation within their family or whatever. There's chaos going on. You're not there to tell them what to do. You're not there to berate them. You're just there to love them and nurture them. Right? It could be that. But you've been chosen. And maybe you feel like an unlikely hero. I'm just me, right? Don't put me up and expect so much out of me. But Spirit says that it wouldn't come to you if it wasn't for you to accept this honor. It's an honor. What did I say to that woman? I said, I accept your friend request. And I with honor, like it honored me to be connected with somebody that had those kind of beliefs, that kind of person. So whatever it is that you need to do, there's big steps apparently that need to be taking place. Well, you know, you've got, get to work, light worker. Stop procrastinating. You need to make choices. Now, what's interesting is it's the exact opposite of what I was thinking, right? Remember I said maybe you've already done this, and now it's coming back into civilization from where you were. The one is going on a flight, going on, and you're going to be independent, you're going to do something amazing. But now this one is talking about you were in the forest. Maybe somebody sheltered you, or you sheltered someone. I don't know who was doing what. But you've made friends there. But now Spirit wants you to venture into the world, out of your forest. They do want you to make a commitment to still care for the animals. I keep thinking about that freaking lion in that zoo, and where the fuck is that place? I don't know. I want that lion set free. I keep asking them to set her free. I don't know where the fuck she is, but she's bones, and it's wrong. I just want her out of there. I want her out of there. It's making a commitment to protecting animals, you know, supporting wildlife. Like signing the petitions. It doesn't take you any time to sign a petition, right? Choose cruelty-free mascara, even if it does run down your face. Do you know what they do to animals to make mascara not hurt your eyes? If you had to sit there and watch that done, you wouldn't buy that. So then don't buy it anyway, right? Raise your kids to respect and understand animals. I unfortunately turned on something on Facebook. I don't know how it came up. It just popped up, and I quickly looked away as I tried to scroll. Kids that were kicking and beating to death a baby deer. What the fuck is wrong with people? You need to teach your children. Teach your children. Vegetarians, you don't need to hunt them. You do not need to hunt them. As you ascend, you will not be eating meat. Something that you want is going to be given up right now for something that is in the highest good of everyone. Your energy is going to change because of doing it, and it's going to bring you to your deepest of your dreams. Maybe there was something you thought you wanted, right? But you're going to be purified, and the dreams that come to be is what you're going to be left with. And it's in divine timing. The one that sits in her lap is a chipmunk. Hold on, I have two. Chipmunk. Chipmunk says something wonderful is about to happen. Chipmunk. Chipmunk totem. I love chipmunks. They're just little. It's a symbol of something good on its way to you. It holds, I love chipmunks. They're... Who are we just talking about? Their cheeks. My daughter had chipmunk cheeks when she was little. Lacey. So the chipmunk totem, something wonderful. I mean, I don't need to go on. How long have we been talking? Quite a while. There's a lot of... Frick. I've got a lot of readings today. Something good is on its way to you. In the lap of her is something good. Charming, cute, smart, troublesome. All wrapped up in one little dynamo package, right? They're like squirrels. Remember I said I was like a squirrel? But these are like squirrels. But they've got different features that they're known for. Their tails are shorter. They don't have little tufts of hair here. They're very fast. They're very alert. They're very smart. They're very small. And because of that, they've got a lot of enemies, but they don't probably think they're small. They know how to be tactful. They know how to be quick. They know how to escape and get away from the bigger ones. They're very flexible and very skilled at finding what they need. They make sure that they have enough. They store what they need. I would say what comes to mind is the best things come in small packages, right? Full of energy, always on the go, always on the run. Speedy, clever, alert. They bring good luck to people. Although some people don't agree with that. When they come to your home, they'll make a mess. They take all of the... They take things and store them all up, so people don't like that about them. But I do. I love them. Somebody said to me, why do you love squirrels so much? They're just a rat with a tail. I said, well, I love rats too. I had rats when I was a kid as pets. They're very smart and they're extremely clean. They're watchful, they're resourceful, they're smart. I just love the fact that they're smart and they can get out of things. I love their energy. They're restless, they like to go, they like to move, they like to constantly be on their minds, going very quickly. Sometimes they need a little bit of order. Remember yesterday I was talking about the calm one and the fiery one, and the two bring each other into balance? But the chipmunks, they love life. They love to have fun, and they make friends, and they like a variety of things. But they're not, because they're small, they represent modesty. They don't brag. They don't need a lot to survive, right? They're adaptable, alert, flexible. Remember what was the message about? You're not taking much, right? They know it's important to play. Adventurous spirit, restless, freedom. They're courageous. But they know what their advantages are, and they know what their disadvantages are. They're aware of what their downfall is. They don't overestimate themselves. They know how much they can handle and how much they can't. Sometimes people would think you're irresponsible because of the way you behave, like my dad would say that, right, about me? But I think that's because a lot of people are jealous that they can't do that. Seriously. So many people would rather be worried and negative and focus on security when the security means boring and unhappy and staying in something that you hate. But a chipmunk wouldn't, ever. They would be optimistic and know that things are going to work out and know that they've got a spiritual team guiding them. Right? They know what's important. These readings are intense, like the chipmunk. So, as a review, it's okay to be alone, right? You need to have that to unfurl and become who you are. You're going to be doing something independent, and you're going to be free, and you're going to be using your wits, and you're not going to be leaving a trail behind you. You have got friends in the forest that are going to help you, and you're going to help them. They're going to help you, and you're going to help them, and you're not going to let fear stop you. That's how I wrap it all up. And I don't know how it means for all of you guys in any way you want to take it. The forest can represent anything, right? Life's a jungle. I had a dream 7 years ago. I was it started this way. There was a guy and a girl. They always knew each other in school of life. They never got together. They were always friends, but finally they got together, and he had to go do his work and she had to go do hers. And then I got a phone call. So now I'm first person, and I hear my twin talking, and I hear this other person. And the person said, "Leave her alone. You'll only hurt her. Besides, she's in love with," and named somebody else. And I said, "No." Ooh, right when I said that, the gnat came by, reminded me. And I said, "No, don't say that. That's not true." And then the phone hung up. And so later I got a phone call from him, and he said, "Did you get my call?" I don't know. I think he came in person. "Did you get my call?" And I said, "No." I didn't want him to know I got the call because I didn't want him to hear what I heard that person say. I knew that would upset him, and I didn't want any credence to be given to what that person said because that wasn't the truth. So I lied and I said, "No, I didn't get the call." I don't know if I'm me or somebody else, and because I don't lie, which is weird. But I said, "No, I didn't get the call." And the person said, "I called your work." And they said, "Why?" And I said, "Because I love you." Oh, now it's me. Now it switches back to me. Because I was worried about you. And I went to your work to take care of something. I took care of something that you needed done. And I said, "Why did you do that?" And he said, "Because I love you." Now it switches back. And I said, "You did that for me?" No, I said, "You did that for me. Why?" And he said, "Because I love you." And I said, "Wow." So now we're in, the only thing I can imagine is we're in Las Vegas. We're walking through the Rainforest Cafe. And we walk up and there's a little boy and a little girl at a tall table. I always think of that. I don't know, but I always think of them as our higher selves. They're sitting at the table and the waitress walks up and hands the little boy a card. And it's got a tiger on it. Now this is going to take me back to another dream. Oh, segue back now. Okay, I'm in this place. And I feel like I'm blocking the way. There's a woman and a younger blonde girl that wants to come and see my tiger. I'm a guy. And I said no. And the woman said, "But she's crying." And he said, "I don't care if she's crying. She's a lying, manipulative bitch, and I don't want anything to do with her." And she said, "Can't she just touch your tiger?" And he said, "No, don't cross my boundaries." Remember the tiger yesterday. And the woman said, "You can come back to the company." And he said, "I don't want anything to do with the company, and I don't want anything to do with her. She's a lying, manipulative bitch, okay? So now we go back, and the boys handed this tiger card. It's like this, right? It was a tiger. And I said, wow, that's cool. And then the waitress handed me a card, us a card. And it said wild jungle, like this. And I looked at my twin and I said, you know what that means? And he goes, what? And I said, it's time to go on safari. And then I looked and I saw this man sitting at a table. And he had long hair, just like mine, but his face, I couldn't see his face. It was like this. And he had a military jacket on, dark blue vintage military jacket. And I said, oh my God, it was you all along. And the person said, yep. I'm saying all of this for somebody, I think. But it's all coming together now. Spirit said, you're going to start saying, oh my God, this is deja vu. It's all happening, because it's all happening now. So the gnat is associated with something bothering you. Clearly, right? That was bothering me. It's bugging me. They're in an area where there's too much water pooling. So I'm thinking, where is there something in here? Why do I have a gnat flying around in my place? My house is crystal clean. I clean my place. I don't have pools of water. I don't have garbage sitting around. Why is there a gnat in here? But my landlord had a leak in the house. And it's probably just here to give me a message, because I do live at the lake. Gnats are out there, right? And so I literally did something awful, because I don't like to kill any animals, even insects. They're my totems. But it's like a Venus flytrap. And it coaxes, they come to the edge of this little flower pod, and they go to the nectar, and they go inside, and that's where they stay. So I thought, I'm gonna have to put that on my desk, because I don't want that gnat driving me crazy. I'm not gonna kill it. If he's gonna go and fall into that plant, that's his fault. So they're telling you you might want to notice, if you have, because they hover over sweetness, right? They hover over sweetness. So if you have a gnat that's a guide, which this is a guide. It's your guide too, because it just showed up for you guys. It's telling you that notice the warmth and sweetness and life force that's around you, or beware of your own. There's something that's bugging you and wanting to get your attention. It wants you to notice it. It's around you. There's very, very little information about the gnat. But what's interesting is, someone said to me, so if my home is completely clean and this one gnat keeps bothering me, it means I have to move out, right? Because I am soon, and I'm very irritated being here in this home because of family members when I'm trying to work on my purpose, which is exactly what Spirit said of me. I've got one big gnat that keeps flying around, and it means I need to move. It's irritating me. I'm trying to work on my purpose. So there's your message. That would be a message for you too. All right, at 5252, we're calling it a wrap, but not before I tell you what 52 means. Have faith that the changes you are considering or are experiencing are for the best. All right, you guys, I love you large.